Okay, everybody, we are back. My apologies, not too sure what's happened with anything, so I'm just going to have to put this back up on Discord as well. Give me a minute. Okay, that's going to do for me for the moment. Just let me know if you can hear me. Nice one, Robbo. Thanks for letting me know. Let's hope this time it stays broadcasting. Right, so we'll get back into it then. Still on lap one. Only been going a few minutes. So, there we go. So, Lord Hans is in 6th place. Falcon's still in 7th. Budo has had a pretty good start as well in the Lexus up to 8th position. HK's in 9th. Munken's up to 10th. Unimo close behind him in 11th place. Bird's now in 12th. Banana's in 13th. I'm glad the video's better as well. Thanks, Robbo, for letting me know. Being a solid wingman, even on the YouTube. So Gums managed to get back into position into 14th, Inorganic behind him, and at some point Pusher's got a right mare. So when did this happen? This is going to be... Oh yeah, no, that was right at the beginning, wasn't it? So we'll jump back forward to the end of that lap. So that is a terrible result for the start of the race for Pusher. However, Benke is at the front of the track, absolutely nailing it for the sprint so far. Ollie's doing a great job in the Subaru in 2nd place as well. And now McGibble is up to 3rd. So let's just jump back a little bit here and see how he's managed to do this. So he gets up to 4th place ahead of Revelet, probably through the Schumacher S's, and then coming up to the final chicane now. He makes up a huge amount of space as Boulder gets it wrong through there, unsettling the Ferrari, and he just sails on by through that. Absolute gimme for McGibble. So he's having a fantastic race for his debut with ALR. Up into 3rd place, podium spot on his first race. Brilliant stuff from him. And a really nice livery to boot as well on that Peugeot. But Boulder is wanting that position back, looks to go wide around the outside, but probably goes a bit too deep and can't carry the speed around enough. So that's given the position away quite firmly now. Revelet is still fairly close behind. Within a second, if he can get a few corners right, then he can definitely close that gap to Boulder. He does need as best a result as possible, and currently he is leading the championship, and with a 5th place, I think that's what's that? Is that either 6 or 4 points for a 5th place? But more importantly, further down, Munken is in 9th, and that's only 2 points for that position in the sprint race. And if he gets overtaken by HK here, he's going to go down to 1 point, but it is going to be reverse grid pole. So he manages to hang on to that position. As he's wobbling around a little bit, that might just be some netcode issues. And we can see HK is under pressure from Unimo as well. Unimo wants as many positions as possible through this race. He's not a particular championship contender, but he's had some fantastic results and just for personal pride, really. Even at the last race of the season, all of these guys just want to get the best result they possibly can. If we've got Bird and Banana in the background as well. Banana's got to move into the chicane. Oh, there's a little bit of contact, but he gets away with it. Had the inside covered, gets the optimal line through that corner, and look at the gap he's made on Gum already. So now he's going to have another, Gum's going to have another Mazda breathing down his neck. Inorganics managed to get past Bird as well. These two Mazda drivers not necessarily able to do the best of jobs during qualifying, but their race pace is very good. We've seen these guys up at the pointy end of the grid as well. Oh, Bird going a bit wide through there. I think with the weak penalties he might just about get away with that one, but it does give him a slightly better line through this chicane. Both going very, very wide out of that corner, but that is the racing line. There is no penalty for going out that wide. Gum cutting a lot of the grass in front to get that line into the left-hander coming down the hill, trying to close up as much as possible to Banana to get that position back off him. Everyone's pride is on the line. Oh, kisses the apex beautifully, but gets a little bit loose on the exit. It's going to cost him even just a fraction of a second. You're going to see Banana's going to start pulling away through the Schumacher S's now. As it looks like Bird has got a bit of a run, but not too close. It's just the camera angle, I think. Cuts the corner beautifully, gets the line right, closes up that gap hugely to Inorganic through that corner. He's going to have the slip now down into the final chicane, and is he going to be able to have anything done by the time he gets there? Is he going to go late on the brakes? Yeah, he doesn't opt for it. Maybe looking to get the cleaner exit. And here we go. Is it going to be into the final corner? It looks like it's side by side. And oh, we've got his teammate has gone off. Gum's managed to lose it. Coming through the chicane, probably gets too much of a bump. Oh yeah, just too early on the power. And that's going to give both of these guys a position, but Bird manages to get it on the inside on the final corner. And now he's just got to protect himself from Inorganic behind as they come into turn one. He's going to have the slip, but we might be too far behind at this point. So Bird has had a fantastic final sector coming into the end of lap 3. Cuts the corner nice and tight. Getting the racing line absolutely perfect. Look at that. That is the perfect driving line on this track. Getting through that complex. So we'll jump back up now, and he's Banana's managed to make quite a lot of space between him and Bird behind, so he's going to be fairly okay with that, but he's still going to want to close his gap to Fudo ahead of him as much as possible to perhaps get the reverse grid pole. As it sits currently, he is lapping a little bit quicker as a 203 and a 201 against a 202 and a 203, so slowly catching him up. Might be able to do it by the end of the race. Then we've got HK still in 9th place. Monken is up into 8th position, holding on to that one, so that's an extra point or two for him, but I don't think it's going to be enough to close up the gap, so he is really going to have to hope for something spectacular in the feature race. If he can do anything, he really needs to win this one. Oh, it does, Robbo. It's a great livery. In fact, everybody has got really good liveries. Both the Renaults just look like factory liveries, really. We jump on board with HK for a moment just to have a look at them. I mean, you would expect that. You really would expect to see that on a racetrack. It'd be quite realistic, really. Both the Lambos just doing a great job with their liveries, just like a Lambo should be, really. A poster wall car, isn't it? Lord Hans is in that, so that's both the McLaren, both the Renaults and the Lamborghinis, Revolits and Pushers, McLarens both as well. Really tasty looking cars. McGibble, I have to say, I really do like that livery of the Peugeot. I think both of the Ferraris, the liveries haven't loaded for this replay, but hopefully we'll see them on the next one. It does seem a bit strange that in default setting there is literally nothing, just a red Ferrari. Ollie going for the plain and simple one, although I do think that's the 205 on the side of that is the 205 from the old Peugeot, the GTI, one of the more recent additions to Gran Turismo 7. Cutting that corner through there nicely, keeping it super stable in that WRX. Surprisingly good, actually. I didn't think the Subaru would do that well, but he's really getting it around after his quite poor performance at Kyoto last time round. Managing to start on the intermediates, he's definitely making up for it now, and he's closing the gap to Benke. Benke's tyres are looking slightly better on the front, but the rears of Ollie's WRX are better. I'm pretty sure that the WRX is still four-wheel drive, so that may be having something to do with it. Yeah, absolutely. It's yellow lights do make it something special, don't they? That's one of the good things for our car, Robbo, the M6, having yellow lights as well. Always think it looks a bit more special. Oh, as McGimmel goes super wide back there, is he going to get a penalty for that one? Kicking up the dirt in the background. I think he manages to get away with it. Making a good go at the bottom of the track there. So much so, in fact, he's gone for a purple sector now. He's already got the fastest lap with a 1:57.4. That is phenomenally quick. I think even for our tier 4 blue, the fastest lap was still only a 57.1. So he's only 3/10 off of the tiers 2 or 3 ahead of him. So he's doing a brilliant job. I definitely think we'll see maybe a shuffle up going into next season if he wants to be full time for next season, because that is some rapid pace from him. And he's got himself a half-second penalty. He's taken it too much through the chicane. Oh, that is such a shame. Boulder did manage, and he's taken another fastest lap. 1:57.3. The guy needs to slow down a bit. Dives to the inside. Can he get it stopped in time? Or was a little bit of contact? Is he going to give the position back, or is he going to say that he was far enough along before that contact happened? Oh, Ollie goes wide this time around as well. Now he's perhaps looking in his mirrors a little bit too much, and McGibble's going to take every mistake that comes up ahead of him. He's looking for second place. Absolutely, Robbo. I tell you, this tier all season long has had some of the best racing I've seen at ALR. Oh, there's a little bit of a bump, I think, coming through that corner, but there's nothing untoward too much at the minute. No one's lost out any positions for it. Oh, as he dives to the inside again, that's a little bit desperate, but I think he managed. So let's just jump back and ride on board just to see what happened, if he gets any contact. I know this did happen to me in the race as well. I think it was D-Dubs was in front of me, and he went wide in, and as I just carried a bit too much speed, I dove to the inside. Didn't really have any choice. It was either that or take him out, and caused a little bit of contact, but opted to give the place back because I didn't want to feel like there was anything malicious going on, as it wasn't. But these two guys, as Ollie gets a punt from Boulder behind. Let's just jump back, see how that one happened. Boulder's probably got the quicker line coming through. He's late on the brakes. It just collects Ollie, but I think that kind of helps him out a little bit. Keeps the position in third. We know that McGibble's got his penalty to serve, so he's going to get that position straight back as well. Boulder's going to go through as well to get his third place back, and that has cost McGibble quite dearly, really. And all the time while this is going on, Benke's just running away with the lead, getting that gap back nice and comfortable. He's got coming up to the last corner for the last lap of the sprint race. It is going to be an easy win for Benke so long as he keeps it on the black stuff. McGibble behind, looking to have another fight. He got a really good exit out of that last corner. We'll just hang on with him for a second to see how he gets through that, because it really did just catapult him out. Gets a really good exit. Boulder is there to defend that position for his life. It's the final lap, and we're going to see a dive coming up to the inside. I can just feel it in my bones. McGibble hasn't got enough on it. Benke's managed to do that perfectly, although McGibble does have a very good exit. So let's just see what happens through this complex. Huge amount of time can be made up through here. Boulder. It causes contact as well. Is he going to hang back? He does. He knows it was his mistake. He's compromised his line through the entry to that corner and completely slaps into the side of McGibble, who's now run away with that third place. But that has left Boulder open to Revelit behind, who's had a pretty quiet race thus far, but it's coming up to the final lap. We're going to have to see him make a move if he wants to get some more points and solidify that championship win. Although the Drivers' Championship might be on the line here. I'm not too sure where the Constructors lies with the McLarens and the Lamborghinis. I'll have to check that one after the race. So McGibble's managed to get himself another half-second penalty. Is that coming through the chicane again? It is. So how does he do this? Oh no, it's not the chicane, it's the Schumacher S's, sorry. So he kicked up a bit of dirt there. Did he get too much? He did. I think he got his inside tyre just past the line enough to give himself a half-second penalty. But will he have enough of a gap behind? In fact, it's not even going to come to that, because he's going to get to the finish before he serves it. So that's just going to be a full second added to the end of the race. So he has got to get as far away from Boulder behind. As he goes completely through the grass of the chicane. Is he going to get another half-second penalty added for that one? I think if you go slow enough through that corner, you can get away with it. So here we go. Benke comes across the line to win the sprint race. Ollie gets third. A fantastic result from McGibble on his debut with ALR, getting a podium position. So long as he gets a second ahead of Boulder in fourth, that will be the final result. Revelit gets fifth. Lord Hans comes across in sixth. Munkens in seventh place, gets up to seventh place by the end of the race. So clawing as many points back as possible, and starting on third or fourth for the sprint race. HK comes home in eighth place. Bird manages to get up into ninth. Inorganic is in 10th place. Gum recovers up to 11th after his off earlier in the race. Falcon all the way down in 12th, and finally it was Pusher in last place after that terrible start for him in the sprint. So that is the last sprint of the season. That was superb. Really good race from these guys. And let's get the feature underway. He gave you a gift, did he? Well, that's good of him. We didn't see it on the stream. Either that was a gifted position or we made another mistake. But either way, you'll take it, won't you? Oh, Robbo, I've just seen your comment about Spa. Hey, man. Whose team you on? Right, let's go through this. So, get all of this information up for the feature race. So, the one stop is probably the most optimal of the strategies. Yeah, that's the strategies is a one stop basically. So most people, I imagine, for a medium soft, and then sorry, I really can't multitask this early in the morning. So we'll go through the tires. So Inorganic is on pole on the medium tire. Bird in second place, also on the medium tire. HK in third, going for the hard. Now, one of the big things for this race as well is the option for rain. Every practice race I did, it rained. So I was really stuck on dry tire strategies. I opted for the medium to start with, hoping that it would rain and we wouldn't have to worry about going to hards or anything like that. And I definitely chose the wrong strategy in the end. But there you go. So HK's on the hard. So he's probably going to go for a hard medium, maybe go for a longer stint and a hard soft. Munken is in fourth on the mediums. He's going to want to get past HK as fast as possible and get to the front of the grid quickly as he can to make up as many points as possible. Lord Hans is in fifth on the medium. Reveille close behind in sixth place, starting on the straight of the track. Fortunately enough for him, on the mediums. Then as we start getting round to the bends, it's Boulder in seventh, also on the medium. McGibble is on the mediums in eighth place. Ollie's on the mediums in ninth. Benke's on the mediums in 10th. Gums in 11th on the mediums. Falcons on the hards. Trying to do perhaps an overcut on everybody in 12th place. Fudo starts on the hards at the back in 13th. Pusher is on the mediums in 14th. Banana gets the mediums in 15th, and Unimo is in 16th on the mediums. I'm not too sure why, because both Banana and Unimo were ahead of Pusher at the end of the sprint, but there we go. Not too sure why that happened. Yes, Lord Hans, he should get me a coffee. He should drive all the way up from Leicester to the Lake District to get me a coffee. Right, let's get this one underway then. We've got 21 laps. Let's see how this pans out for the Drivers' Championship. As we hear the pips and the race is on. We're going to see any dives, probably not so much coming into the feature race into turn one, as everyone is already moving along, but Bird is looking to the inside a little bit already, as it looked like Munken had a great opportunity to get through there, but doesn't quite manage to convert it. Reveille is up into fifth place already. McGibble's had a relatively good start as well. He's up into sixth place as well. There's the livery of the Ferrari in the background as well. We just saw Reveille gets it wrong. Oh no, how did he have, what happened there? Was that just a bit of contact coming through the corner, and he gets the cut back through there? Nicely done. That's a perfect move. Is he doesn't take any grass, so he's got the line there. Just gets, that's it. He takes it on the entry to the corner, goes a bit too wide, and that is going to cost him dearly. And Banana joins him as well. Not quite so bad for him, but Reveille, that is the worst possible start you could have had. for the feature race as well. Plum last, 0 points. That is not going to be good. Inorganic's running away with it at the front. Bird's still in second place. Munken is in third. McGibble has managed to get himself up into fourth position already. So let's just see how he's managed to get that one off. HK goes wide as well at the bottom of the track. It's just a gifted position to him. A lot of these corners, if you don't get them absolutely perfect, they really can cost you. As we've seen already, with a few people taking a spill off into the dirt. So McGibble's now up into fourth place. Lord Hans is in fifth place. Both the Ferraris having a great start, up into sixth and seventh respectively. Falcon is in the first of the Lamborghinis in eighth. Gum closely behind him, and he'll want to make as many positions as he can to make as many seconds as he can to get the position off Falcon on the harder compound tyre. Make the most of that medium as much as he can while the grip's there. Probably the degradation on this track wasn't massive, so they are probably able to both sort of get around the same sort of lap distances, although the medium is definitely quicker than the hard tyre. As we see, Gum has managed to get past him, so completely missed that one. How did this one happen? Let's just jump back on board with them again. So we're coming down the back straight toward the chicane, sorry. Oh, he's late on the brakes. Falcon pulls out of it, he gives him enough space, and Gum just gets the move done. That is a superb overtake through a difficult corner, probably the most difficult corner of the track, and slam dunks that one straight in Falcon's face. And he's running away with it already. Fudo is also going to have a look to do the same thing, although he's on the same compound tyre now, so it's kind of neutralised. He's wobbling around a little bit. He might be having a look as Unimo goes absolutely flying around the outside, probably avoiding action, but manages to avoid contact. But that's ironically giving him a really good line through the next couple of corners, and he's got the position done on Fudo. Gets a little bit of a bump. Oh, and it's cost him. I think he just went into the back of Falcon coming through that corner here, so he's got the inside line. Falcon comes through. Oh, he doesn't. Yep. Well, it's the ping pong physics of Gran Turismo, isn't it? So he goes through. We see that Fudo realises that he's bumped into him, pulls over to let Unimo back through, but now that's allowed Ollie to capitalise on that mistake as he's trying to hang it around the outside and get the inside line for the next corner. There's somebody ahead is off as well. Who is it? Oh, it's Bird. How did he manage that one? It's going to be another one of these. Just a little bit too much on the corner. That is so easily done. I've definitely done that one myself as well. Recovers a bit too quickly in reverse into the barrier, and he has to hang back to let everyone through. Well, there's a little bit of a gap there. He could have done it, but he opts for the safest option and just drops to the back of the grid. Very good sportsmanship from him doing that. I've definitely had an unsafe rejoin once or twice this season and caused collisions, so that's definitely the way to do it, not what I do. So HK, oh, something's happened to HK as well. To be down in, oh, he went off earlier, didn't he? So he's in 15th, and he's going to lose that position to Bird already, who wants it back, and he's got it. It's done. So Bird's now up to 15th from last place already. Revelis up into 4th place, just on the fact that people have made mistakes. So he's still going to want, still a long ways to go, still the option of rain. There's plenty of opportunities for him to make positions back, especially if it rains. Banana's up into 13th. Pusher is in 12th. Ollie is in 11th, looking to make the move, but oh, again, there's more little bumping through the corner where you can't anticipate the physics of this game. It might not have looked like that during the race, though. It's just how this replay's panned out. So Pusher is going to go defensive into turn 1. Ollie goes super wide around the outside, and Pusher gets contact again with Falcon. A little bit of rubbing coming through to defend the position, getting a little bit scrappy at the back here. Ollie is taking a super tight line. Oh, and he's got a wobble on, and that's given Revelit the opportunity, but I think Revelit may have cut that corner a little bit too tight. Is he going to get a penalty for it? Most of the time from cutting that right-hander out of the chicane, it's a second penalty for doing so, but I think he's managed to get away with it. These three at the back here are going toe-to-toe trying to get these positions, and all the while the three ahead of them are storming away. Both Ollie and Banana go deep through that corner, but Ollie makes the most of it, gets the rotation on his car and hits the apex on the way through. So he's now up into 12th place. Oh, as we've got what happened to Falcon through here? One of the Lambos. Oh, just getting a bit too much on the beans. Slowly gets back to the track, manages to rejoin whilst there's no traffic, so perfectly good re-entry from him. But Bird's going to have the line. I think Falcon knows he's not got clean tyres, he's not going to have the grip. He doesn't fight for that position. So Bird's back up into 14th now. So not a bad couple of laps. Recovery from him. Revelit in 13th. Banana in 12th. Ollie's up into 11th. Pusher is in 10th place. Will we see him help his teammate out later on in the race? Then we've got Fudo in 9th, hanging on to that for dear life as well. Pusher's all over the back of him. He's going to have that one done by the turn 1. It's an easy move, unless Fudo can pull something out of the bag here, maybe get the switch back on the exit. Looks like he's going to go for it. Gets the line. He's got the right line through the next set of corners. Is he going to have the... Oh, he's going to go tight through here. I think that's going to have compromised him a bit too much. He should have stuck to the proper racing line, and he would have probably been able to get that position back from Pusher, who was completely offline, but manages to hold on to that somehow. Then we've got Unimo up in 8th position from his, was it last start or 15th start? So he's having a good start to the race as well. Only 4 laps in now. Boulder is all over the back of Gum. Benke's managed to make it up into 5th place, ahead of his teammate. So Boulder's going to want to make the same move as well. Really good for the Ferrari Constructors Championship, this one. They might have been the contender as well. Right, so Gum's in 6th. Benke's up into 5th place. This is a great start for the feature for him. Cutting that corner super nice. Lord Hands in 4th. This is a superb race for him in the Renault for the grand finale at the Nurburgring. Munken still holding on to that 3rd position. McGibble has managed to make it up into 2nd place. We've not seen when that one happened, but by the looks of it, McGibble is definitely one to watch for next season. Whether or not we have a tier 6 next season, or if it goes back down to a total of 7 tiers and this becomes tier 5 again, we'll just have to wait and see. But he's already got the fastest lap as well with a 1:59.4. That is very quick for a medium runner. So can Inorganic hold him off? Will there be rain? When will there be rain, if there is rain? McGibble not quite getting quite the right line through that hairpin at the bottom of the track. It's a double apex. You want to get it super tight on the curbs, and that carries the most amount of speed through that corner. But look at these two racing very cleanly with each other. Lap times are quicker for McGibble, but they are both of them a country mile ahead of Munkin in third place, whose lap times aren't too far off, around about the 2-minute mark. Lord Hand's doing similar. It is possible to go a little bit quicker, but probably I imagine that most of these guys are fuel saving to a certain extent, whereas McGibble looks like with that sort of pace might be pushing it a little bit more to catch up to inorganic. However, the Peugeot is good on fuel. We'll quickly run down. Boulders looking to try and make as many moves as possible, but Gum has got him covered. Gum is having an absolutely solid race so far, being consistent when he needs to. Oh, as Bowler goes super deep through there, would that have been a bit too much for the penalty system to get away with? Oh, as Gum goes on the grass through that corner, and Boulder follows him off through there as well, carrying way too much speed into there. He's not going to make any positions like that. He's just going to heat his tyres up and get dirty tyres. So that's the next half a lap compromised for him. The Unimo's got quite a bit of a gap in front as we see Boulder ahead go through the Schumacher S's, but Ollie only just coming out of the hairpin now, so Unimo's got plenty of breathing space behind him. Bush is in 10th, also plenty of room behind him, enough of a gap behind that Fudo is not going to be too much of a challenge. Fudo's teammate Mike sitting this one out. Been a great source of entertainment. Oh, as Bird has binned it again. How did he do that? I think it just sounded like he got too much on the throttle too soon. Comes through the S's. On the brakes, sounds good. Goes a little bit wide. Oh, just probably a bit too much on the power. Too much too soon. And that Genesis can be savage once the turbo kicks in. Is he going to be able to get back on the track safely enough before HK? So the pair of these guys not having a particularly great feature race at the Nurbs. Oh, as McGibble has managed to get the lead of the race somewhere. This was ages ago as well. Let's just jump on with him. Let's try and see when this one happens. So coming into the beginning of lap 6, hanging it around the outside, gets the optimal line. Inorganic trying to defend on that one. The gimbal goes super wide and on the grass. Gets the position though, still no penalties. Let's just read what you've written there, Lord Hands. Tell the McLaren is in first position with 334 points. The Lamborghini is on 247 points, so it's pretty much a slam dunk for the McLarens, unless the Lamborghinis do get a good result. The third place is the Ferraris on 242 points, so only 5 points between them in second and third place. So if the Ferraris have a good race, that will be, it's all to play for in the second place for the constructors. And then in fourth place, the Genesis with 218 points. Man, that is tight. All the teams doing a really good job through the season. Thanks for that information. So both the McLarens, to be fair, aren't having the best race here, so it might allow an opportunity, but I think statistically it might be difficult, especially for the Lamborghinis to catch up that many points. It's only, oh no, it's I think it is too much. That's about 80 odd points they've got to try and get. So the Ferrari could definitely leapfrog the Lamborghinis though into second place. Morning Fudo, thanks for joining. So McGibble's gone super wide now. That's going to allow Inorganic an opportunity to get a cutback. Well, Lord Hans, the sky went very grey and foggy for our race a couple of times, and we still had a dry one, which I really wasn't expecting. So we'll just wait and see. You don't get to select through to see the weather map on the replays, but let's keep an eye on it. It certainly is getting grey. That would really spice things up a little bit, especially if, say, these guys at the front manage to miss the pit entry once it starts raining as well. So, God, look at the 5 of these guys from third backwards are still ever so tight from each other. Benke looking to close up that gap even more so. He's got a little bit more room behind him to Gum. And just keep a couple of clean corners, he'll get that move. Or as he goes wide, I think that's going to be a penalty. He was off the red and white curbs. And there it is. That's going to cost him dearly. Will he be able to hold that off to Gum behind him? Might be able to. Oh, and Lord Hans has managed to get one in front of him as well. So the pair of them. Oh, they don't serve it this time round, of course. So we'll check back with that one in a lap's time. Gum is looking though. That might inspire some confidence. Oh, they're not doing that though. That little snap's going to cost him. That'll allow Benke to pull away, but it's going to allow Boulder to close the gap. Will we see Boulder go for a dive to the inside? Slightly better tyres. He doesn't go for a dive to the inside. It goes sailing on by through the outside. Completely misses his braking point there. Well done, Fudo. You didn't get a pen. That is good going. It's easily done on this track. Having a race where you have 0 pens certainly helps you out, making positions and getting a good result. The most important thing for a driver is to stay on the track. So Boulder's got quite a bit of a gap now. 2 Gum ahead of him as a result of that. Benke's still got his half-second penalty, as has Lord Hans. Lunken will be very grateful for a little bit of respite for that, as he takes his fastest sector of the race so far this lap. There's all the fuel, half a tank of fuel left, just over half his tyres left, so the optimal levels of weight and grip for him at the minute. So here comes the penalty line for both these guys behind, having made enough of a gap to Gum. Boulder's managed to close that gap up hugely to Gum now. Maybe Gum had a little bit of a track detour as well somewhere along that last lap that's allowed Boulder to close up that gap massively. Unimo also capitalising on that in the bare carbon or crushed carbon Nissan GTR. And we've got Ollie in 9th, who's managed to pick himself up a half-second penalty. Fudo still in 10th, having a super clean race. by himself, admittedly, but I'm sure he'll take that. That just helps with his lap times and keeping it consistent when you haven't got a battle for any kind of positions. Pusher is having a bit of a mixed bag, managing to get a 207.9 on the two previous laps. Not able to get quite what he wants out of this combination. Falcon is in 12th, Revelitz down in 13th now, Bird's in 14th, Banana also getting a half-second penalty in 15th, and HK still lapping in 16th place at the back of the grid. So McGibble is running away with it, really. I mean, as much as I said earlier that his fuel, he may have been pushing it on his fuel, look at the difference. Inorganic's got a penalty coming up. He's just over half a tank with half of his tyres left. Then we'll jump on with McGibble, who's admittedly got a little less tyres, but he's still got over half a tank. A significant amount over half a tank. So you can see his lap times levelling out a little bit, 2 minutes, 2:01s, but that is some phenomenal fuel saving in the Peugeot. I know it's pretty good on its fuel and tyres, but to get that much nearly halfway through the race, he might not have to fuel at all if he can do it. And that will save him a huge amount when it comes to a pit stop. Absolutely phenomenal performance from McGibble here for his first race in ALR. Definitely one to watch from him. Now we've got Monken's managed to get past Inorganic, presumably from serving that penalty, but we will jump back and have a look. Yeah, I think it was. So Inorganic serves his penalty. Monken gets an easy position with the overspeed. Lord Hans is going to try and follow suit as much as he can. Monken gets it done before the chicane. Oh, Inorganic gives him a little bump, carrying a little bit more speed through there. And what's Lord Hans going to do? Oh, he takes it to the inside, a little bit of rubbing. Keeps it tight though. I think he's given that position back. Benke's still not far behind, don't count him out. Inorganic goes to the inside, tries to get the position back. He's not going to have enough. And he's got Lord Hans on his outside. He's going to have the inside to the next corner. Will he be able to make that one work? He doesn't. Inorganic hangs it around the outside, keeps the speed going, holds onto the racing line. Monken goes a little bit wide. That's going to compromise him through the next turn and onto the straightaway. So Inorganic could close this through the next corner. The four of these guys still driving nearly halfway through the race, or about halfway through the race, still super tight with each other. This is great racing. Oh, what happened there? I think Benke went in a bit too hot, didn't he? Caught off guard a little bit. Comes in, contacts the side of Lord Hans, pushes him off wide, waits up as much as he can, but I think Gum's going to get at least one position. Drifts it out the exit of the corner, which saves Lord Hans from losing the extra position as well to Gum, but Gum was going to take that all day long. So Gum's up into 5th now. Lord Hans will have dirty tyres still for the moment. Oh, his Boulder's managed to go super wide as well out of that corner. How did that one happen? Oh, wrong person. There we go. So coming through the S's, both the Ferraris, one in front of the other, and then oh, he gets his braking point wrong as well. Just goes deep, goes super wide onto that one, but that's going to allow Unimo an advantage if he can convert it. He's going to have clean tyres. I think he's got it. He's going to have the slip from Benke ahead of him as well. Boulder will do well just to tuck in behind if he can and maybe get a dummy into the hairpin. And he sticks it on the outside. Doesn't manage to get it on the exit. Oh, and he's got too much too soon, and he's gone off the track as well. So long as he can get a safe rejoin, everything will be fine. He's got plenty of room behind him. So he gifts Ollie a position and Unimo in that move. So he's lost 2 positions, unfortunately for him. Not the best result for the Ferraris, so that's going to affect the constructors by the end of it. So we'll drop back, just see what's happening here. Pusher very close behind Fudo. Are we going to see a dive to the inside for turn 1? He doesn't opt for it. Fudo's hard tyres are definitely starting to look past their best. And we're getting probably close to a pit window as Pusher manages to get to the inside, gets the position, and done before the exit of the complex. So that is it. 10th place for Pusher and 11th for Fudo. Still doing a very good drive for Fudo. Nonetheless, Revelit now, the other McLaren, in 12th place. Looking to try and close that gap to his teammate. Oh, Fudo's managed to get back in front again. How did that one happen? So Pusher's gone a little bit deep on the grass. Fudo gets the cut back. Oh, and Pusher's gone into the gravel. That'll do it. So Pusher, after doing all that work to catch up, oh, gives the position back to Fudo and then collects him going into the next corner as well. Still got dirty tyres, misses his braking point, can't get the right gear to get back on the track, and goes all the way back down to 13th place after that. So it's going from bad to worse for Pusher. After having some phenomenal results really this season, it is not the way you'd want to end at the Nurburgring for season 20. And we can see some wipers on, so we've got rain, and now you can hear it as well. So what's happening at the front? Is anyone gonna... They've all gone round. They've all gone round. So the wipers are on. You can't see the you can't see the rain meter on the things, but if it's only just started raining, so long as it's below the first third bar of the rain meter, the softs will still work, or the slick tyres, sorry, will still work absolutely fine. But will we see these guys make a pit this lap? I'm sure everyone's got their radar on now, having a look, trying to be as cautious as they can be through this lap. And it's just a massive time gap between McGibble and Munker now. Munker now in second place. So, oh yeah, he got into second place on the first corner, didn't he, against Inorganic after the penalty line. So he's hanging on to second place. This is exactly what he needs, although he kind of needs a first place win really. Especially, as the rain's really starting to come down now. It's getting heavier. So we're going to see these guys come into the pit. I'm absolutely sure we're going to have some time for some inters. They've all managed to make the mediums last to 12 laps plus, which is pretty good going. I couldn't do that one. Oh, Fudo, you had a terrible pit entry, did you? Well, we're going to watch that one. Bring yourself under the bus with that. So McGibble is the first one, dives to the pit lane, and we will definitely see him come out on inters. Will we see him take only fuel though? That's the big question. I imagine everyone's going to come into the pit lane this time round. Those at the back of the grid though, they've got to do near enough a full lap on a wet track now. Look at the meter, that's it. It's almost up to the third bar. So let's drop back. We'll see you in organic as well then. Oh, and Munkin drops it. Munkin drops it. It's too wet. We're going to see a lot of that this time round. Lord, there's a gum in the background. Oh, and he's binned it as well. Inorganic goes into the barrier. Lord Hands goes into the back of Inorganic. Munkin manages to get back on track. Gum's just going anywhere but the pit lane. Munkin's in the pits. Unimo's in the pits. Boulder comes into the pits as well. Gum's now... No! Boulder stays out on the mediums. I think he's just completely missed the pit lane. What has he done? What has he done? This is not a dry track. He doesn't even try to go for the pit lane. He's completely missed it. Oh, that is the biggest drop of the season, I've got to say. So Ollie goes off track as well, going into the pit lane. Benke's staying out as well. Ollie's missed the pit lane completely now, so I don't know what he can do about it. Fudo, he's completely missed the pit lane too. Goes off. I'm surprised he managed to get back on like that. Ollie gets the position back. Wow, that was an entertaining set of entries. The overcut, I mean, it might be the overcut. I mean, now we look at the bar, it's a full wet. It's over the third line. That's a full wet tyre. Yeah, a track reset, Fudo, absolutely. And I'm surprised sometimes if you go past the pit entry, it doesn't let you in, and you've got to go and do another lap. So, Bird, are we going to see him? So what tyres have everyone gone on to? Intermediates for McGibble. Boulders just making a terrible choice still on the mediums. Lord Hands on the inters as well, but also going for a little sightseeing trip to Barrier. So Munker's on the intermediates, Unimo's on the intermediates, Lord Hands on the intermediates. Is anyone going for the wet tyre other than the Ferraris? So Fudo does go for the full wet tyre, picking up a 3-second penalty obviously for cutting the line, which, you know, that's just very unfortunate. I would have let him off that personally, but it's the game. Ollie behind also with the same thing on the intermediates, just about intermediate territory. Now it's gone back up to wet territory again. So I'm assuming that perhaps the Ferrari drivers thought that the rain would stop quick enough and the track would dry, but you can only really do that with the sort of the very light blue coloured rain. Oh, what have we got there? Who was that in the background? Someone ahead has gone off. I can see someone. Was it Benke? It was Benke on the medium tyres. I mean, to be honest, I am surprised he's not been lapped so far. But regressing that massively, gets reset to track, losing out a huge amount of position. So, man, you couldn't write the script for this race. That pushes in 13th. Banana on a new set of softs and being lapped. That is, I think maybe he just pushed the button too fast when he came into the pit lane. I mean, he refueled, but I think, yeah, he must have just been too quick on the button to get the tyres selected and accidentally hit a set of softs. Oh dear, it's just going from bad to worse for him, isn't it? So HK on the full wets gets the position back due to Banana's mistake. So he's on the full wets. Depending on how long the rain does come for, obviously, depends on whether or not the wet or the intermediate was the right tyre. But currently, I think those on the wets are going to have an easier time of it. The intermediate will cope with it, just the times will be a little bit slower as Munkin Was that Munkin? Or was that the other Lamborghini that we saw just then? We've got someone off. Not entirely too sure who that is. It's either going to be Banana. There it is. There's Banana. So he's got a 3-second penalty as well as being on the wrong tyres. So that is just going from bad to worse for him. Unimo getting promoted up to 3rd place now. Getting all of his decisions correct in the feature race. Gums up into 4th place, and now we are in the territory of the intermediate tyre, firmly in the intermediate territory. So these guys are going to start running a second or two a lap quicker than anyone on wets. But if any more rain comes, then the wets are definitely going to come back into their own. A huge gap behind from Gum to Lord Hans in 5th place. Inorganic on the full wets in 6th. He's going to just push as much as he can whilst these tyres are there, and then if the track starts to dry before the end of the race, he's just going to cane it as much as he can, and then you can already see a dry line starting to form a little bit. Saying that as the rain comes down again. Revelit's up into 7th place. Fudo's up into 8th, despite having a poor entry to the pit lane. He's up into 8th. Ollie's in 9th. Bird's up into 10th place now. Busher is in 11th, coming on to the start-finish straight. Boulder finally comes in to get the intermediates, having undone all of the work he and his teammate did so far in the feature. Benke comes in for a set of intermediates, but he's forgotten to fuel, unless he knows something we don't, and he's opted in for gambling on the option that the track will dry out again and he will be able to come in for softs. And you can already kind of see on the meter that it's getting drier and drier as the lap goes on. He's still just above the 3rd or the bottom marker of the line, but once it starts getting below that, the softs will work, but he's only going to have maybe another lap of fuel left. Once it gets to red, I think we've got 2 laps left. So I think we're going to see him have to pit as we see Banana come into the pit lane, this time probably for the mediums, for the inters, but I think he might have retired. Yeah, I think he's given up, and I don't blame him after that, let's say, phenomenal boo-boo. Going for the soft tyre. So McGibble now is in a commanding position. We see the sunshine coming out at the bottom of the track. So this is going to start turning into a dry race again pretty quickly. So we're almost there. Another lap or two. Probably end of lap 17 we'll see people start pitting for the soft tyre. That will quite easily make it to the end of the race on that tyre. Munkin is in 2nd place. I mean, it's what, a third of a lap now between McGibble and Munkin. So that is a phenomenal drive from Munkin. Not entirely too sure who's just coming up. So Benke's come into the pit lane to fuel as well. Will he make the switch to... So McGimble comes in as well, so I think we're going to see both of these guys go to the soft tyres now. think Falcon's still a fairly significant way behind, so Benke is going to be okay on that one. As we see the fuel going in, what can McGibble do? He's taking a bit of fuel on as well, but not a lot. But that's... So, yep, there we go. So McGibble's out on the softs. Oh, where's he gone? Benke's out on the softs. Benke's out on the softs and goes immediately off the track. It is, yep, straight onto the wet bit of the track. Doesn't go to the racing line and completely off into the wet gravel. Then gets reset as well. So needs to stick it on the dry line. Don't go off it. That is not the way. So McGibble risking it on the softs. Going to have to be a little bit cautious. As soon as he gets off the racing line, it's going to be a little bit damp. But we will see that track dry out this lap even more so, as the sun comes out to dry it as well. All these things playing a part in the physics of the game. The Munkin stays out for one more lap on the Inters. He's got the time to be able to burn through them. Unimo, although he's very close behind, so Munkin does need to have an incident-free lap. Lord Hans coming through the end of the first sector complex, being a little bit ginger through there, but better to be safe than sorry. Only the week change back to slicks, eh? Only the week. Well, unless it's going to rain again. I'd say only the brave go to slicks this early on. I think I would have stuck with I'd have stuck with you and stayed on the Inters for the extra lap. I'm not brave enough for that. So Revelitz somehow managed to get himself back up into 5th place. Sorry, it wasn't Revelit, was it? Revelit. I think Revelit started in 6th overall for the feature. It was Pusher that didn't have a great start to the race. It's the other McLaren driver. So Munkin comes into the pits now as well, off the Inters. Unimo looks like he carries on for an extra lap. I think I would say that by this point in the lap, or this point in the race, the slick tyre is going to be the quicker one, as we see Revelit just go off the line to cool his tyres down as much as he can. I think we'll see Revelit dive into the pits here as well. Lord Hans has gone for one extra lap. So yeah, Revelit comes into the pits. Ollie straight behind him. So Monk has managed to get himself a penalty as well. So Unimo stays out for one more lap on the soft tyre. I think Munkin goes wide as well. I think all of those mistakes, oh dear, that's going to gift Unimo the position. Lord Hans is closing rapidly to Munkin, who's managed to put it in the wall. Oh, and just about gets away with that one. Lord Hans has to drive around the outside. Great avoiding driving from Lord Hans. Super on the ball with that one. Not too sure if he ghosted a little bit, but it didn't look like it from the replay angle. So Lord Hans is 3rd position on merit. Currently, Munkin has a penalty to serve, and if he gets it wrong again through this lap, we could see Lord Hans come in, get the change done, excuse me, get the change done and still come out ahead. Might be tight, but we'll wait and see for that one. Oh, but Munkin gets it wrong again. There's a championship on the line here, lads. You've got to get your stuff together, and definitely not cut the curbs like that where it's super wet. It's got to drive conservatively within the dry line. So here comes his penalty. Oh, that's going to cost it. Oh dear, that is painfully slow. So now we're going to see Lord Hans is going to come into the pit. He must come into the pit. His inters are done. He doesn't. He stays out for another lap. The tyres are at least 5 or 6 seconds slower now. At least 5 or 6, 6 or 7 seconds slower. You're going to be a sub 2 minute lap on a soft tyre. Let's have a look to see. So, all right, McGibble's down to a 2:02. We'll see that time get quicker and quicker though. It already looks quicker just through that hairpin. Somebody's off ahead though. Who is that one? So I think Pusher's had another little off. Gets a blue flag. Oh, could have given a little bit more room for McGibble through that corner, but he manages to make it through okay anyway. We'll just hang on with McGibble to see what sort of lap time he gets through here. He's still 2 seconds off his personal best, so we're looking at a low 2 minute, 2:01. So he's still getting faster each lap. Very brave, cutting the chicane that much on a set of slicks whilst it's still got water over it. But probably feeling quite comfortable. And he comes across the line for a 2:01.7. So yeah, the soft is definitely the tyre to have. Unimo's in second. Lord Hans in third place. Yep, sounds like we... Oh, you don't have the gap. Right. I do wish they would put just put the delta in the replays. So many other games can do it, and it's sweet, like the information's there if you want it, but just why they can't display it, I have no idea. It goes a little bit deep over the exit of the chicane. I think he'll get away with that one. You can seem to, if you're not going too fast through that sector, or that section, you can get through it without getting a penalty when it's set to weak. One little advantage of it. So what's the gap now to Revelit behind? It's fairly substantial. Oh, and what's happened here? Who is that? There's someone... Who is this? It's Banana. So I just saw in the top right somebody pirouetting massively. Look at him go. Wow. Goodness, that was quite a ride. Well, I hope he wasn't on VR to do that. He might have thrown up a little bit. So Unimo's, or will we see him pit? I mean, there's only 2 Beyblade. Yeah. But he just needs to make it last. So I lost a few positions from the start of the race, but